Hello and welcome back to episode 5. So, I haven't recorded anything in this series for over 2 weeks, I think. But what I have done is done a laundry list of things that we can do in this episode that I've been thinking about. Like, too many things. I don't think we're gonna have the time to do them all. Like, first of all, we need a better steward, because we had to place a very poor steward here, because we lost, we rearranged the counselors in the last episode, and we couldn't find somebody decent as a steward, and I ate that one. I just want to let's begin with that. Like we could swap this around, but they're better at other stuff. So guests. Yeah. This won't do. And a prisoner. Nobody. I wonder... Could we get somebody to join the court to a marriage with one of our champions, maybe? Okay, to court. No, we're just gonna recruit anyone. Border. So you are not married. I mean, there has to be somebody. How the hell are we gonna solve this? What about if we try to awaken somebody? Somebody who's snoozing. Rank. Stewardship. Has to be more than one. What is this? Is there only one? Oh. So, remember that when vampires are in torpor, they lose like 10 skill in everything. Yeah, so he has... This one has 19, really. Capable. And her is evil. Yeah, like they have to... I don't think they can hate you too much either to join you. And yeah, like most of them are gonna be too far away to interact. So this would be 14. he is within diplomatic range. But 14 isn't super good. But it is better than 8. It is certainly better than 8. Let's try to find a hiding place. 48%, 5 years. Like, we don't have a good spy master either, because we had a good one. Like my son, who died in the last episode, he had like 19. But he was slain in a battle, and that's another thing that I've been thinking about. I think we should exclude like our top like VIP councilor members from fighting, because in this mode, this vampire mode, it's really difficult to find good councilor people. And I mean, it might be just for this clan of vampires, because these are like focused on fighting. So like almost all of them are have really high prowess skill. So I think we should exclude Snorri at least from fighting. Snorri and Birger. Yeah. And these, I mean, these aren't any good at their job anyway, so it's not that big a deal if they die in combat. Let's see. Oh, they... $24 pros and 28. Yeah, forbid. You don't want to lose here. And you two are way too important. So we have 19 champions. That is quite a lot. And everybody who hates me should be like forced to fight always. So if we lose them, that's certainly not a big deal. Force. I don't think we can remove... We can't remove Tordry from this position because we need... He has to be here because he's too strong. Like, he could become a threat if he turns against us. Because the penalty for not being on the council in this mod is like 100 or minus 150 or something like that. Crazy high. So, yeah. Unfortunately, he has to stay here. And he isn't really good at anything except fighting. Like, he's decent at martial, but we already have a really good martial. Alright, so... Let's see. Lines about legacy. Did I click on a thing, by the way? On the find... Yeah. No, I didn't do it. I don't think I did it. What is this? That old lady of Norger. Women need not fear lives depart. It may tear the grievers apart, and hope only for memory's grace, so that the whole world remembers their face. So far I get my thoughts to myself, but the buses grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. Who are you? Oh, this is my daughter that I made a chord gesture. She doesn't like me a whole lot. Advent opinion. Truly how it felt. I mean, I could gain prestige this way. That is something that we need. Bomb is loaded. Okay. Yeah, like she's always and forever gonna hate me. As you can see here, like minus 300 almost. A dangerous faction. What is this now? When did this happen? Crown Authority. Pack member Smilla Grimson, Shield Maiden of Iceland. Vassal and Champion. Like seriously, you're the daughter of Lord Cold the Blue? And you're my vassal? Why did I give a title to you? Did I do that? I must have. Like, what the hell? Like, you give them titles and like they turn against you anyway. Like, immediately. That is very disappointing. I mean, we could try to sway. 84. Let's try to awaken them. Awaken that character. Where is it? Torpor. Where the hell are you? What was it, this one? Yeah, it was this one, 48%. Or maybe we should try to find a better spy master instead. And then do this. Because this will be easier if you have a better spy master. Let's see. Intrigue. Wow, look at this. 17 and he is in torpor, so he will have 27 intrigue. That is pretty crazy. Elusive Shadow. Ravana, the devil Ravana. And he is within diplomatic range. And he doesn't even hate us. This could be something. 23%, yeah. That's not very good. But let's do it anyway. That would be awesome if we could get a 27 skill spy master. Just imagine that. what we could do. Alright, so we got the Kingdom title of Norway in the last episode, and we also did a duchy conquest of this four of Midgard. So we have a truce with Midgard right now, I believe. Yeah. Until 14 September 1404. And which means that we will be able to take back this this part of our land that we lost to Free State. And he is very busy with other things here as well, so Poyanamo? Is that a duchy? Conquered duchy. What? 7,000? He's in debt as well. Can we do a holy war? No, we can't, because it is the same religion. Which is, this is kind of problematic, that both Free State and Midgard are the same religion as us, so we won't be able to make easy wars. We're gonna have to pay like 500 piety each time we make a war, which is not good. It's not good at all. Can we do it any other way? Well, maybe to reclaim? Oh, look at this. Of course, she is his daughter, so she will have a claim on anything. Even the whole thing. I cannot afford the cost of this war. No, we can't do that. So we can only do the Duchy of Finland. But like, this is super expensive as well. What we really need is some of the lifestyle skills that makes declaring wars like cheaper. Let's see here. Cost a spell cost -50. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is what we need. And we have... We're doing this tree right now. And yeah, like we're almost done with this one. So after we do one more of this, we will change to this so we can get this. So I wonder, like, maybe we should like keep the peace for a while and until we have this. But then again, that there won't be enough time for that. Because as soon as he's done with these wars, like, I don't think he's gonna lose everything. He will lose artifact. That is an artifact claim war, and this is some weird holy war. So he won't lose like any of the mainland that he has. So he will still be powerful after the wars, and like too powerful for us, I think. So if we're gonna take anything from him, we're gonna have to do it right now. It says right now we are stronger than he is. Is this even voted though? Is this only one county? Yeah, I thought it was a duchy. So that is only 100. And nobody has the title, the duchy title? Not yet created. For that. Also, that's part of this. So what we could do, we could create the title and get the sure claim. But we don't have the money for that. But that is certainly a better way to do it. And then we would get a bunch of prestige as well, which we need for Great Cadet Branch thing. Yeah, like we need 2,000 for that. It's so expensive. And we will lose 1,500 renown. Yeah, but like, I really want to do this. Notify me when this decision becomes available. Yeah. I mean, we're almost halfway there. So if we get the money for this duchy, then we get the claim for this country that we lost. We get 300 prestige. Then we can get 350 prestige from getting a soulmate, I believe, or 300 or 350, I think it is. And then we could let me show you here. Where is it? Diplomacy. This befriend skill is super good. Like you can befriend people and get like befriend rich people, and then we will get like sporadically like free gifts of money from them. I have done that a lot in the vanilla game, and that works like a charm. And that will probably work better in this, where you have like immortal characters that like won't go and die on you like every 5 minutes. So, I mean, we could be friends just. I mean, everybody's rich pretty much here. And look at this, 760. 646. Yeah, mostly everybody on the council is rich. So that is something we could do. So I don't think it is worth to spend much effort on this right now. But yeah, I feel a bit conflicted over this, just because this is such like a good opportunity to jump in here. Because he is so weakened from these wars. And it will be difficult later to do it. Like he is really strong. Let's see. Yes, mercenaries, yes, holy orders. Why does it say 7,000? 14,000? How does that add up? 4,200 levies out of... Oh, it's levies, 10,000 levies. I mean... You can basically like butcher through the levies, like thousands of levies with just a couple of vampires. You can do it in this mod. So he has like a numerically much bigger army than we have. But I don't think that should concern us too much. Because like we have a good army. For sure. We have 400 Hascalls. And yeah, I mean, we should get some more here. But we have strong allies as well. Like, if we take something from Lord Karl, it probably should be this duchy, the Duchy of Finland. That his daughter had a claim on. This would be like cost effective, I think. And like if we could do this would like destroy him. This would really weaken him in the long run. It is super expensive. And if we do this, we're gonna have to wait for a long while before we can do the cadet branch thing. Let me read my note here, what else we can do, because I've written down so many things. Yeah, we could... I was thinking about usurping the kingdom of Sami, if that is a possibility. Let's see. Yeah, so this is part of Sami kingdom. The Duchy of Guladot, Kingdom of Sami, and Midgard. Current holder King Pekka of Sami. Can we usurp it? No, we can't. And why not? Cannot usurp a title from someone who considers your true fate to be hostile, or worse, while they control any of its sure lands. What? Requires 500. So we need the money, and we need, like, what exactly does this even mean? Considers your true fate to be hostile, while they control any of its sure lands. I am not even sure that I understand what that means. I mean, there's several different fates here. Prodigal, Noyad, Ritare. What the hell is that? Makes the following trace virtues: rightful, arbitrary, white. So, what is he then? He's abyssal. That's a hostile fate. Yeah, that is a bit strange. Like, I thought it only had to do with like the territories, not with the religion stuff. That you could do the usurp thing. Like, if you had like enough territories, you could do it. That is strange. I don't remember it being like this. Or worse, while they control and novice the shore lands. But there's only 2 counties with this. And his heir is the same religion, of course. Well, so that is not gonna work either. I was feeling like that could possibly work. Then we would get like this whole chunk of land. Well, that's a disappointment. So what else can we do? What else can we do? The befriend thing. We can't do that right away. Wake a powerful vampire from torpor. Yeah, we're trying to do that. And then like the masquerade thing, like that is like really low. Masquerade exposure 4. Hostile scheme resistance +0. I think this is pretty bad that this is so low. Can we do anything about that? If we shapeshift. Oh, cover up masquerade. Veil and mistakes are proof of your vampiric nature by utilizing your disciplines, resources or skills. Shapeshift. Masquerade exposure will increase. So this makes it worse. Or worse. Oh, this is. I have never done this. Lose 110 gold. Yes, 20 stress, critical, but you're greedy. Yeah, that's not good at all. Money will keep Masmot quiet for a while. Kill them all. Is this even worth it? We don't have a lot of money either. Let's wait with that. Yeah, another thing. Like our best daughter, Wilhelmina, who lives over here in Grobin. I was thinking about saving her and making her a vassal somehow, because she is amazing. And this is her leech. Let's see here. This is the top leech. Kingdom Tear. Yeah, this used to be like a super powerful kingdom, but they have like fractured. Let's see here. Oh, this could work. This could work. This is pretty cool. I mean, it is still expensive, of course. Is there any other way we could do it? No, Holy War? Is this a related religion? I think so. Kindred, yeah. Isn't it? No, this is feral. So why can't we do a Holy War here? Why is that? That I don't understand. But you know what? This is really expensive, 675 prestige to do this, but this may be worth it. Because we would get 4 provinces and we would get our best daughter as a vassal and in the family again. That is a big deal. That may be worth it. Or we could try to do something else in the meantime and until we get this lifestyle thing done, so we can switch to this. Cost spell cost minus 50%. Like that is a lot. I should have done this like earlier. This is like such an important skill to have. But then again, if we wait, things may develop for the worse for us. Because right now this one is very weak. So yeah, their military strength is vastly inferior to ours. Let's leave that on the table and consider other things before we make a move here. Yeah, like the Primogen candidates I've been thinking about as well. This and these special court positions that adds gives a really good bonuses. Like some of these clans I have never even seen, like this Cappadocian and maybe this one I have seen, but Texas, like this. Look at this, like 30% bonus. That's super big. But for that we would need an excellent aptitude Ventrue vampire. And I don't think we have a single Ventrue vampire in our court or in our lands even. Nosferatu. Personal scheme power. Chimera. Monthly lifestyle experience plus 100%. Like these are big bonuses. Well, let's see. Houses. Yeah, houses are not the same as clans. When do you see that? Clans. Okay, so probably something like this you have to do it like to locate them. Torador. But like I don't even know like what skills they need to have to be like really good at their job for this. Let's see. We have only one like a Mikkel who is our own clan Gangrel, and he's excellent. And I mean he's the fighting. It's probably the prowess for him, I would imagine, because he's like terrible at everything else. Toreador. What could this be? Like diplomacy maybe? Court grandeur. Could it be... Does it say anywhere? And this has to be diplomacy. So if we get... Like we could get a marriage, I suppose, with one of our knights and get them in that way. Not torpor. Toreador. Trait, clan Toreador. Let's see. I mean, what are they good at? Is intrigue maybe? It seems like... Yeah, it's probably intrigue. Duchess. And it needs to be somebody unlanded. Yeah. But they're not going to be any good, of course. Marital status, unmarried. I mean, this is going to be difficult. Been true. Hold on here. We can do the search other way. Yeah, I think all my children are married already. Oh, not you. Where are you? What the hell? What? Where are you? So we have Gangrel here and here. Are you independent? He's a warlord. That is a equivalent to a king. And a war lady for female. Kingdom of Gangrel. Holy hell. Huh. Can we get an alliance with you? We not accept. Why? It's a claimant. A claimant to what? A claimant to what? Oh, Norway. Implicit claim. Let's see if we have some champions that aren't married here. Half brother, vassal, and champion. Here. Okay, so that is in Kola. Arranged marriage. Toggle filters. Oh, like this we can search. This is better. Venture. Really? Novelty characters. Not a single one. He could marry Wilhelmina. It seems like the right order. I mean, you can marry vampires from other clans. We have done that. Right? So why is there only like our own family members that are showing up? Bothilder. Not about. But why is it like this? Why can't we see like vampires from other clans? Why is that? Never mind. Let's not do that. Prisoners coming ransomed. You can usurp this. That's the title. Can usurp the primary title of someone fighting a war. And it costs a lot of money as well. Oh, these islands. Huh. I mean, the easiest way to get prestige would be to just create a bunch of titles. Because you get 300 prestige every time. But the downside with that is it's very expensive to do that, and we are not very rich at the moment. Active elections. We have a couple of prisoners that we could ransom for money. I will not succeed. I mean, we could arrest her and let her go for 50 gold or whatever. Is that worth it? All that trouble there. I don't think so. We will be 500 years old very soon. How are we gonna celebrate that? And maybe by avenging our grandma. That would be a fine present. Slain in battle. Yeah, she was killed by this idiot. That's something else we could do. Declare war. Where are you? Empire tear. Oh, look at this! How weak are you for an emperor? Holy hell. Defending. Liberty war. So, oh, so there's civil war here. Huh. So this would actually be the perfect opportunity to get revenge. Where is there? Pinned characters. Why is this one pinned? Who are you? Kind of Merseburg, Osterland. Oh, so that is his liege. Duchy of Anhalt. Holy war. Yeah, we can definitely not do a holy war here. That is not gonna happen. We would get demolished. Let's see. Or would we? Like, what would they go by in this case? Like, the Emperor's religion? Would it work that way? Because like there's a million different tiny religions here. I don't know how that would work. But that seems risky, like very, very risky. Maybe we could just do a conquest. Potentially. I can't. Duchy of Anhalt. Why can't we do that? Oh, is it because of the civil war? Is that it? Attacking all high water broken Herzer. What? What the hell are you doing? And he's winning. Huh. But this isn't the liege lord of Alexander. It is. But I don't understand why we can't declare a holy war for... oh, not a holy war. A duchy war for Anhalt. But we can't. Can we declare a regular tiny war? We can't do that either. But I really want revenge. I really want revenge here. We could try to assassinate him. I don't think we could do that right away because we're doing other sneaky things here. Motor. Challenge for artifact. What does it have? It will accept. Cost 1500. Oh, we can't do it. We cannot do it. Steal artifact. Motor. Starting a new hostile scheme will abandon the scheme, embrace Bothilder host motor. Yeah, so we can't do that. We won't succeed with this anyway. Only 16%. That's pretty annoying. So it's here, like it's not too far away. Merseburg. What if we conquer something a bit closer here, so we have like a land bridge to attack him later? That could be a possibility. I mean, we do have most of Denmark. We could maybe continue with that. Let's see if we have Holy War, Zealand. But this won't create. What created? Okay, there's barely any duchies created. What about pact member Brios claims? Oh, he has claims. Who else owns claims? But then we would have to take these one by one, which is pretty annoying. What about Sjælland? Holy War. 350 piety. That is not too bad. And we would get the whole duchy for that. What religion is this? Eternal Senate. Utrecht. We don't have any claims for this. Lübeck. Pack leader. Pack leader is a duke. Duchy of Pomerania. Duchy of Prussia. But he's strong. He's very strong. Let's take Sjælland because they're super weak right now. I think that may be worth it. What's this? Being raided. Yeah, let's do that. Holy War for Kingdom. Well, he isn't a king, so. That is 3 provinces, right? Yeah. One ally. So it will be like we will be fighting his allies because he doesn't have any troops at all, basically. Maybe this is riskier than it seems to be. It would only be this one. Court Chaplain Gisela, the model prince of East Francia. And he is in a war already. Let's do it. I think we can do it. That, then we have to move the banner. Where is it? Here. No. Where is it? Here. Raise all. By the way, already hired. You can't use the holy order. That's a bit annoying. And I want to lead this. Alliance formed. Huh? Rise accepted. And Alliance war. Yeah. Oh, nice. Westland. Yeah, because we have to convert the territories here. Because they were tyrannous. Convert fate. Okay. Quiz control. Good, good. Caution. Nice. But that wasn't any war score. What was this? Kind of thing. And his ally hasn't arrived yet. Claim on Lofoten. Lofoten is our capital. Spurs contracts. A pack member. What? What have you been doing? Whatever. And he's escaping, of course. Like, really? No. We didn't have time. Champions. That's some pathetic champions if I've ever seen them. Wow. Let's take the capital here. We still can see the ally anywhere. He may not even show up. Because he was busy with something. Some other war. I think this got an easy victory. 63% already. Where the hell did it go? Oh, he's gonna try to... That's not him. That's Raiders. I don't know where he went. Doesn't matter. We'll definitely have this. This may be his ally. An embrace. What healer? 100 piety. Your daughter. So we can grant her the spoils of this war. Yeah, let's do that. An education. Vengeful. Greedy. Keep her close, but with some liberties. There it is. GG. That was easy. Easy peasy. So let's see if we got... if we actually got a duchy title here for once. Did we? Like, we never get the duchy title. Like, is it always like that? I know that you don't get it when you do like a duchy war and the duchy isn't created. But this time it was, and we still didn't get it. Like, why? Not yet created. So we destroyed the title. Is that what happens every time? Like, I don't remember that. Maybe it is. Well, we can't even create it. And I have to give away 3. How much can you handle? 6 stewardship, so probably only 2. What if we marry you to... Oh, look at this now! Like, where the hell did you come from? Humbert, did you exiled Grey Lord Odin? Yeah, 15 stewardship. You're like perfect. What? Oh, that's a leech. Wait, where is this? This is... Oh. And you are... You're the Marshal of Lord Cole. So, like, how would that work out, like, with a marriage between these two? I mean, that would work, right? Because he is unlanded. And she just... Let's give her the titles. First of all, we need to do that. Shalland. Finn. Okay. Yeah, like her stewardship is too poor to hold anymore, unfortunately. But I would like to make her a duchess eventually of this area. Fund spouse. They are related and there is a risk of children being inbred. No, there's no risk because they're vampires. Matrilineal marriage. This is a very good marriage. I'm very happy about this. Let's see. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Okay, so he's here now. So I should be able to give him one of the titles, maybe? The last one. Hold on here. I can give the last title to Wulfric, which means we will get this champion for free, pretty much. We can't do that? Why can't I give you any titles? You guessed. What is this? Why can't I do that? I've done that before. What? Why can't I do that? I've done that before. What the hell? Is it the wrong religion or something? No. It's the same fate. He is in my court. Like, what? A leech? But he's unlanded. He's my guest and he's unlanded. And he is in my court. Like, why can't I give him a title? I don't understand this. But apparently I can't for whatever reason. It's very disappointing. Well, we have some other candidates. And what about you? Steggett. What about you? Completed inspiration. Force a weapon for Oki Hannibal. Grant title, so we could do that. Rudiger. You're a little bit better. But you are the wrong religion, unfortunately. You're a fanatic. Well, he's the wrong one as well. You will have to do. Grant title. Grant. Is it this? Yeah, this one. Okay. So that's that. And that was a pretty good war, I would say. Easy win. I think we even gained a bit of prestige. Spy master discovers secret. 9th generation secret. By the way, can we place this new steward here? We can't. Why can't we do that? I have messed up. Like, what I should have done is I should have given this one a title. Then we would have had a 15 skill steward. Oh, damn it. Damn. Well, we're gonna have to conquer something else and give him a title. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna take. This. Vibori. I mean, if it's gonna be a claim, we won't be able to give the title to the right character here. Duchess Agnete, I remember you. You have been a bit of a bitch. Conquer Duchy. We are in war with my great grandfather. And you're winning. Huh. Holy war. No, that's too much. Yes, something small. Something small. But you attacking. You're a duke. Utrecht. And district. Where's this? Too pricey, way too pricey. We can take one. We can take Beat Motion for 145. Yeah. That should be fine. Let's move this. Replace you. Education, steward child. Eager unite for in this direction. I mean, this is... Home construction. Huh. 10 years. I mean, this is really good. So maybe we could put her on steward duty. That could work. Count Johannes Castelline Affable of Brabant joined Norwegian conquest of the county of Ditmarchen. I don't know who you are, and I don't care. Oh, look at this. We'll have to take some time to start this part of teaching. Piety. She's far from understanding the inner workings of the beast and how to deal with it. Like, the thing is, I don't want to spend 100 shiny coins on this. I did this once and like you got like nothing from it. So, well, but then we will get stressed out. Unless we can do something here. Which we can't do. Let's try this one more time and see. Maybe we get luckier this time around. I'm not happy about that. Tempted by the heavens. Like, really? She isn't doing it. No, I'm not gonna let her do that. 12. I mean, she's already better than the student that we have. What's this? Royal Labs. What is this? Oh, we could lose stress. That is exactly what we need. Lose 18 stress. Yeah. Good. Presentation. Prepare yourself in there. Why is this taking forever to... Let's pass up to the task. Torstein, when he interrupts me, let me do something about it. Wife, a few lessons much sharper their wits. Whose wits? I think they're smarter than you are. Setting, loading, martial. Romance. Isn't romance that leads to the soulmate thing that you get 250 prestige? I think it is. But then again, we can do that later. I mean, +3. That's pretty good. Okay. So let's move in here. Child made a small mistake. Yeah. I owe you nothing. I don't care. Okay. Oh, here's the enemy. You're no longer a helpless fledgling. Where the hell did it go? Duke Scythe became the new dynasty head of the Clan Ganger dynasty. Duke Scythe the Sandstorm. What? You're Clan Gangrel? Okay. Royal Court is now at the Court Grand level 0. Oh, that's sad. Look at all these fucking raiders. Gonna get you. Yeah. And you too. Yeah. The maze. Oh, look at this. It had to be a labyrinth. One step at a time. You might lose something along the way. You're gonna try it severely injured. Oh, this is really risky. Severe penalty. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the risk. Returning home. We lost the trail of your targets. Well, I didn't get wounded at least. You lose 65 gold and your scheme to find. So we failed. Yeah, I'm not paying anything. Can we try that again? I've never tried it like multiple times. I cannot use find hiding place. 19th of July, 1403. Oh, so it's like a 2-3 year cooldown. That's not too bad. Okay, so let's abandon that for now. Oh, he's not trading our territory here. Will win decisively. Nice. Available perks. Oh, I forgot about this. Fleetness. Okay, so now we're gonna change to. I think we have to change to martial. Yeah. We need at least a few skills from this. And then back to diplomacy because I want the befriend skill. Alright, so we are at 44%. We can take this as well, and that should be it, I think. Oh, we captured some there. Baron Rutger. Shemiski. What's this? The court grandeur is below your court grandeur expectations. I mean, we can't really afford to do anything more with that. Prisoners. Reward anything? Photo shiny coins. 50. Oh, this is a Clan Toreador vampire. Can we recruit you? Not really. Can we double-rise you? Considered to be either hostile or evil by your fate, allowing you to execute him without being viewed as a tyrant. Huh. Oh, I am hungry. Auspex prisons. 5% chance. Yeah, like they're not very good candidates. Oh, this one is. Potency 5. And I won't be viewed as a tyrant either. So I guess, like, I was wondering before, like, if I could so rarely do this without being viewed as a tyrant, and it has to do with the fate, if it is a hostile fate or not. It seems. But I still have to pay 500 piety, and like that is too much for right now. So they're gonna have to rot in jail. Let's see. Come on. So 7 years left till big birthday day. To the cold-hearted War Lady Valborg. I've been corresponding with your Chancellor Baron Border, and it has been a shameful diplomatic display. And not the woman I thought you were. Signed Duchess Agneta. This is to be some terrible misunderstanding. I mean, she already hated us, so... whatever. She's actually a pretty big threat. We should get rid of her. 66%. Odin Hugleksson. King Erik Magnusson of Norway recently died, resulting in quite a shake-up in mortal politics. His successor is his younger brother, King Håkon V, who was ordered to destroy most of the old political structure left behind by his predecessor. One such cornered man is Odin Hugleksson, the late King Erik's right hand, who had an important role as a lawyer, politician and tax minister. Perhaps too important a role, as King Håkon started moving against him, seizing his properties and revoking his titles. It is only a matter of time before Odin's life itself is threatened. The man, having proven himself a capable administrator and competent advisor, might want to act to spare him that grim fate. Yeah, like sometimes you get these events with mortals that you can turn into vampires, and like they're usually very, very powerful. Yeah, like look at this. Exactly what we need. Gold is of no concern. Well, gold is of a big concern, to be honest. We have to do it anyway. And let's start to embrace it right away. Yeah, we can't be in war. Pin. Oh, he was pinned. Was he? Oh, there. Oh, look at this. The air. Why isn't he got any war score? Wow. How much do you earn? A minus 4.8. So we'll probably never get any more than this. Melancholy resonance. Huh. Yeah, I think you will stay in prison. You may be useful later. And there we go. Okay. So this we should give to... Well... that doesn't really matter at this point, does it? We don't need to give it to Hammers anymore. So let's save this territory for a new son here that we're gonna have soon. Yeah. And like this was a pretty hard fought war for just one territory. We are bankrupt. I mean, we could rise some people here. Like I would have liked to recruit some of these, but I can't do it. Again, weak hook. Could we do it that way? Like if we release him and get a weak hook, and then use the hook to force him to come over as a guest. Oh yeah, never mind. It's because he is he's landed, of course. But that's why we can't do it. Well, in that case. Ransom for gold. That's the best thing. You. Ransom. Okay. About the main limit, yeah, we're gonna have to be that for a while. We're on plus here again. And then we can take Viborg with a claim. Well, he can't really use any more guns claims. Jon can use it. 225. Isn't it cheaper to just... Yes, it is cheaper to just conquer it. Huh. Holy War. 200. Yeah, let's do a Holy War. Let's move this. Oh shit. She on the Holy War. Agnet. That is pretty bad. Possibly. this is our enemy. What is this now? Another Inquisition. And like, I think these are popping up like all the time now because of the masquerade thing. Oh, it's gone up now? Red again plus 50. I mean, it's worse now, right? Like, higher number is worse, isn't it? What's the scheme? Resistance 0. Where are they? Up there. We're gonna have to call in allies for that. Inquisition attack. And you're not gonna show up. But you will. And Wilhelmina. They should be able to handle that on their own, hopefully. While we deal with this. Okay. But we only have to take these 2 provinces and we will win this war. Because it doesn't have anything else. And Agnete doesn't seem to be on the horizon. Because she is being defeated here, it seems, by us. Hurry up. Oh shit. Oh, we'll defeat them anyway. Apparently. We'll probably win. Further times are stolen by leader. Piece of shit. We're gonna win this, right? Yeah. We lost a ton. Yeah, we have such amazing champions. What's this now? Writing porters. Improved pillaging. I'm a bit worried about the Inquisition thing. Oh, we won. Good, good. So I have to hurry back home and deal with this garbage. got this. I got this. Where is Jana? John. So that didn't work. It's really hard to find the characters that you need sometimes. B-boy. Claimants. There he is. So he has a claim on this. Great grandson, stewed and vessel. Hold on here. Granddaughter slain in battle. Pack member Scarver. Who are you? This was a granddaughter that I didn't even know that I had. But still sad. Still sad. Neighboring ruler on war. Claim on the county of Jämtland. He's still pretty weak, but he has concluded all these wars. 85 prowess. Huh. And he's still in a war, defending. Deal broker. Let's see that lifestyle. And like it takes a long time to get these regular lifestyles with the vampires. Mood of the clans. Independence faction. Pack member the Visigoth. Shelty. Your father and vassal. What? Wasn't he snoozing? I've never even seen him. So can they awake from their coffins like on their own? When they are in torpor? It seems like he's done it. Right? Where is he? Wasn't he in torpor? Treacherous villain. Like, why does he hate me? Offensive war, -60. Arrogant. Oh, he's another fate as well. Domain revocation? Boris of Kitilla. They're too weak anyway, right? Liberty faction as well. Oh, this is bad. This one is bad. What the hell? These traitors. Oh no. Why are you doing this? It feels marginalized. -45. Clan Toreador. I need Charles the Sure Duchy. Okay, who the hell even are you? Smilla Grimson. Shield Maiden of Iceland. So she seems to be like the ringleader of this. She is definitely the strongest one. And she is the daughter of Lord Carl the Blue. This is gonna be bad. Crap. Okay. At least that is done. Let's see if we can execute you. Sacrifice. Sometimes when you execute the rebel leaders, you get like a population bonus thing for the opinion bonus in all the provinces, but not for this apparently. Bonus stake. Sanguination. All right. Now what the hell are we gonna do? With all of this on the horizon. That is gonna slow down our plans here. Let's see. 84 stress. Work off some stress. Tough challenge. Good exercise. And this is a new event, I think. This is pretty cool. Extra hefty training hammer. Mass eviction. Borrow gold. We need gold. You know, something that we haven't done at all is raiding. And we are Vikings after all. Viking vampires. So that is something that we could try. Possibly. Like you can't see the rich they are anymore. In CK2 you could like choose a map where you could see like who the richest ones are. But it doesn't seem to be one in CK3. Development maybe. No. Well, that's annoying. But Britain is usually rich, so we could try that. But to be honest, like I don't want to leave with our army and do really anything before we have done. Before we have dealt with these idiots. 2 weeks to send an ultimatum now. Like why? Discontent 24. Low threshold. So what changed there? What happened there? Feels marginalized. Toreador. Like that is a pretty big deal, that the marginalized thing, because we don't have the primogens for the different clans, which basically means it's dangerous to give titles to other clan members because we don't have their primogen in place. So I think from now on I'm only gonna give titles to our own dynasty or clan. At least until we get primogen positions here. Because this could be really, really bad. And like swaying like this without a befriend skill and like high diplomacy, like 2 diplomacy, it's gonna take forever. Like I really need to work on the diplomacy and get that higher. This is not good. Greedy -2. Monthly prestige -6. General opinion -6. Yeah. And what happened with that mortal that popped up that we're gonna embrace? Let me see. Oh, we never did it. 100%. Because we couldn't do it before because we were in a war. That's why. I mean, maybe we can raid a little bit. Do we even have the Viking trait? Oh, we do. Do. Hey, let's try to ride a bit. Let's see how it goes. Let's move the banner. Moved here. There's a rally point here already. Oh. Race local riders. It's all. I want to lead it. Riding. What the hell happened here? Are you kidding me? Not feeling well. Had bad omen. So, we should have saved her. Or her lands, when there was time. But now we can invite her. Which is almost as good, to be honest. Welcome back home, dear daughter. And she has some people with her. Okay, so we can give you something. Eat margin. It is not the best place, but it is something. Becomes a vessel, yeah. Like, why is the penalty for offensive war like so heavy? Like minus 56. Like, because we are a war like fate and everything. Like we're warmongers. That feels a bit strange. Where is she? There. So, like, who took over this? Pomerania. Pack leader Borovich the Grim of Pomerania. 950 years old. A vampire. He is pretty strong. Novgorod. Well, we will have claims here at least. Armies are raised. You can't declare war in that. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna go out and raid. Hopefully. Like as soon as you do something, they start with the factions. Like as soon as we raise this. Like I don't understand why they become like all of a sudden like more powerful. Like from what? Where does the power come from? 7 months. Let's go and raid a bit. And then go up here and prepare for... to take her down. The ringleader. Let's try that. Because this is gonna come to a civil war. There's no way to avoid it. Sadly. Do I have any money here? Loot 20. Yeah, we do. I do on purpose. Mother, my life here will forever be led in the shadow of others. Let me instead join the slain. A serve beast. I have given this much thought, and it is what I wish to do. This is my most useless son. I mean, why not? Because he is a monk, so he can't marry and he can't be given titles. So yeah, off you go. All right. And I think we may get some captives as well, if we're lucky. Exposed. Also take over. Release in the region finally caught the eye of the Shadow Inquisition. Luckily it seems that so far they only try to undermine your authority by targeting your major assets. Several of your aliens have gone missing. Some of your ghouls replaced by upstanding members of the clergy. These starting to put a dent on your rulership. I try to fight back, but the Inquisition will also certainly up its game if you do. Let's just cut my losses and lay low for a while. Wow. This is bad. Like, I need to do something about the masquerade thing. It may be too late already. Yeah, we're gonna have to gamble here. Back in business, nice. And can we do corrupt masquerade? Weaklings. Do it. Did it work? Fire and blood. Pack member Eric. Capture skilled slaves. Bring me punches, plunder. The development progress in Count of Bluefooter will increase by 40. Yeah. What is the development there? $50. Oh, 5. Development growth 95. We have a lot of minuses here. County capital is hills minus 10%. Like, our development is terrible here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. Well, have we done here? Have we done? There's like no opposition here at all. Like, what the hell? Eight mounts. It seems like they're like barely strong enough to oppose me. Like it goes like back and forth for some reason. Their strength. But this is pretty effective to make money. Okay, so here we have this. Oh yeah, like we're gonna have to risk this again. But we have to, because we need this amazing steward. We absolutely need him. 19. And you are not allowed to fight. Let's see, 21. Absolutely never. Forbid. And you have to go. Sorry, on. Look at that. And then we need to get him a wife. Education. He is trusting, content, diligent. I think he will figure things out on his own. He seems good. Clueless child. Oh no. I could organize a practice mission. Can I believe this? The one skill that we can't afford him to lose. Like we had to pay this. I know that we are like bankrupt and everything, but we have to pay this. That's some really bad luck. Matters of fate. Oh wow. So he has changed fate. Or maybe he was feral. I'm not paying another 100 shiny coins. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I better win this. Yeah, we are. Oh, nice, nice. We didn't get any captives here, unfortunately. Neutral army. Why can't we raid here? Lothian. So we have 142. Do it 0. Let's go back. Let's go back. I can't accept your demand. Faction created against you. The country of Westerland has given rise to the Inquisition cell targeting you. Niece imprisoned. Your niece. Signe Erik's daughter, the Siren. She's pretty good. Can we free her? No. Let's pin her. Oh, nice. Where are you? Oh. So we have raided your lands. Arbitrary. And here is evil minus 50. Raided me minus 15. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Additional taxes 95. Yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. If you have a really good steward and you have on collect taxes, you will get the bonuses like this now and then, and it's pretty big. Red loot delivered, 142 shiny coins, 142 prestige. Pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. Should we do any more of that? Oh, look at this. The beneficence of Pekko. I should take advantage of his silly generosity. Intrigue challenge 62%. Or prestige bonus. He doesn't really like me anyway. So let's take 60 prestige. Yeah. And we didn't get back our book, by the way. Which is pretty annoying. Like, why didn't we get it back? Did it get like destroyed? What happened to it? Book of the Patriarch. Was that a one? That wasn't it, right? Was it? History. Yeah, this is not the book that I had. I think it got lost. God damn it. Yeah, that is really annoying. Unlanded. So this is the father of the Emperor. And he's snoozing still. Well... what are we gonna do? I don't think we have accomplished a whole lot in this episode. Like I had this laundry list of things that we were gonna do. And like nothing has worked out as intended. Let's see. I'm reading my notes here. We got a better steward. Like one thing that I was thinking about was if we can change the laws to make it like easier or like cheaper to deobligarize the prisoners. But we probably would have to reform our religion if that is even possible. Is that possible in this? Lycanthropy criminal. There's werewolves in this? That is really cool. Like, but they had to be rare because we haven't even seen any. Huh. Oh, we have this, the holy sites. Sealand. We could work on something like that, like trying to capture all this. Quite new fair fate. Oh yeah, here it is. Like, if we make this legal, the robbery, then we could do it without having to pay 500 piety every time. But I believe that would involve like you would have to reform the entire faith to do just that, I think, which could plunge the entire kingdom into chaos for sure. And of course we don't have that. We don't have anything to even do that, so the pirate or anything, so it's not gonna happen anytime soon. What can we do? You can negotiate an alliance with a pack member of the Visigoths. Can we? Nice. Oh, we need a marriage for Wilhelmina. Somebody good. A good diplomat. We would need that on on the council. Let's see. Torpine. But he would have to be unlanded for that to work, I think. Where is it? Rank. Ruler. Unlanded. Nobody. Well, let's go by alliance power then. You are very strong for some reason. But this is a pathetic candidate for our best order. What is this? What the hell? You're a vassal? Son and marshal and vassal. Oh, it's you, Beer. I mean, why don't we already have an alliance with you? What's that with? Like... Difference in your military strength is a claimant. Oh. Huh. Well. We have to find somebody here. Opinion of you, diplomacy. Vastly inferior. I mean, he has a barony. How will that work? Was that like a minor title? But does that still counts as landed, right? I think so. And I don't think that's gonna work. What about prestige? Intrigue. Some of all skills. Lord Cole's marshal. Let's hold off with this. It may come up something better at a later point. So... alliance formed. Hello, county control in the capital? Realm will lose land when a vassal inherits a foreign title. Well, that's only if she dies. But yeah, like it is risky to give titles to other clan members. She is clan Toreador. It is a very risky thing. You can transfer a pack member Steggett of Lowland Falster to pack leader Bottler of Shannon. What? Oh, she can use hold 3 domains now, 3 holdings. Grand Vassal. I mean, yeah. And that improved our relationship a lot. That's good. Baron Rutger. 40 coins. It can declare a bunch of wars. Let's control. Let's fix this. We could invest in infrastructure because it costs mostly prestige and piety. Influencing the people. What is a popular opinion? It is plus. Blood tax. That costs money. It is 5. It has to be about that. Promote culture. How do you do that? Hold on here. Yeah, don't tell me that we can't develop the countries as vampires. Is that it? Development growth minus 0.1. Oh wow. Monthly growth minus 0.4. Development growth 92. I mean, are we still on plus with this? Monthly growth. We don't have the usual like the development thing. Collect taxes, promote culture acceptance, religious relations, promote faith, fabricate claim, integrate title, domestic affairs, foreign affairs, increase control, train commanders, organize army. We can't do it for some reason. Wow, like that could actually be an issue. I don't even know what to do about that. Like, is there like buildings we can build that increases the development? Control growth. There's control growth buildings, but I don't know if there's any development. Attacks. Because the thing is, like, we can't build some of the high-level buildings without the development. So, like, what the hell are we gonna do with that? Levy. Like, this is pretty concerning, actually. Intimidated vessel tax contribution. Like, I have no idea what to do about that. Maybe like some lifestyle options. Loaning, maybe? Culture fascination. Loan on the job. Sparing rule. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about that. Armies are raised. So everybody has peace again. Let's disband. A faction targeting you has disbanded. Independence faction. Like, they don't seem to like at all that we're making war. Which I find very odd. We're like over halfway done with this. Well, 8,000. Maybe we can make one more little war in this episode. I don't want to start something big here. Can we take this? Defending. Oh, Birger is gonna take care of this. We don't even have to do that. Velitia. Holy War. What face do we have here? A bunch of different ones. Promethean. That's a pretty rare one, I think. Rogan Promethean. A Duchy of Velitia. Can we take the whole duchy? Seem to be pretty weak. $350. Holy War. Yeah, let's do this. This should be a fast war. I hope. Nice, everybody. And ally John's war. Gladiator. Right. I don't think this is gonna be difficult. They don't have much. Champion Warlord Totten visually dismembered Franz Hannibal. Nice. Captured somebody. A Baron Callistus of Tilburg. 79% already. 25% from battles. Yeah, that's Allies flag. This should be the finish. I don't think we have to take everything. Yeah, that was enough. Easy peasy. So we got three counters, and I suppose we didn't get that duchy title once again. Oh, he still has it. We can usurp it if we had the money. Huh. That is interesting. I wonder if next episode we should deal with Skåne. I think they may be difficult to deal with. They're pretty damn strong. And I think they have... Yeah, this could be bad. I have that feeling. Like we should try to like encircle Midgard before we like take them on. Take like Skåne and then this part of Free State and maybe after that try to make a big war. But I think we're gonna need more allies probably. Reliable, powerful allies. And we have a lot of family members now that we can marry away for alliances. And we got Wilhelmina now as well. So... disband. Who should we give these to? Vessels. And I suppose we still can't give you anything. No. Unlanded. Canite. Fanatic. You're a pretty good fighter. You are... I don't know what you are. Grant title. Rügen. Okay. 2 more. somebody from the prison maybe that we can recruit. For the gold. This one we can recruit. He is not very strong. But then again, sometimes it's a good thing to have weak vassals. Chemishka. Demand conversion. Recruit. Yeah. I can give Mecklenburg. Not you. What are you? A ghoul. This is shunned to your fate. A ghoul is a mortal who has consumed vampire blood. So I suppose they're not quite immortal. Baron Rutger. Couriers. Maud. The Annan. Welsh Clan Gangrel. And I can't give her anything. There has to be somebody. Often visiting record in Lofoten. Rostock. Alright. That is that. And we didn't even have our 500th birthday in this episode, which I was thinking that we're gonna have. So that will be in the next one. And I hope we'll be able to get more things done in the next episode. Because I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get much done here. It feels like, at least. But I suppose... I mean, we did get a lot of stuff here in Denmark. We do have like the entirety of Denmark at this point. Even a bit on the mainland here. Like, what else did we do? We did a bit of raiding that wasn't super effective. We did get Wilhelmina back, and a strong new son and steward. And yeah, like it feels like we failed in most of the things that we attempted. We failed in awakening that powerful vampire. We failed in well, I suppose not failed, because we didn't try it. But I wanted to take a bit of free state while we had a chance. And Yeah, like the biggest failure is that we couldn't reach the killer of Grandma that we want revenge on. That is the biggest disappointment. Oh, can we do it now? Okay, are we close enough to do it now? We're bordering now. I didn't even notice that. Let's see. Country of Merseburg and Osterland. No. Their military strength is inferior to ours. It doesn't look like that, but... well... 900 armored footmen, 200 armored horsemen. So if we're gonna make a big war here against this, we're gonna need some spearmen, and we're gonna need some skirmisher or whatever that counters heavy footmen. Let's see. Type heavy infantry, yeah. Well, we don't have the money for that. Light footman. Yeah, these counters the heavy infantry. Heavy cavalry. Wolves, wigmen. So pikemen and light footmen, I suppose. One each of those. Great. Let's begin with that. Like, I don't know what type of war we would make with them. Because like, all I want to do is to kill Alexander and avenge our grandma. That's like basically all I want to do. And we would have to do that in combat, I believe. I don't think we can assassinate him, unfortunately. Can we challenge him to a duel? I don't think so. He's here. I wonder if we take like some territory here. So we are like bordering his provinces. If we get like more opportunities to do stuff. Potentially. Yeah, we'll see. But that's it for this episode. If you like this, please like and subscribe and comment if you will. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.